All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all another episode of Run It With You. And today we got to run about this video I came across. And this dude basically, he saying that Carnival Cruise has had enough. I think they changed their policies like last year to prevent things from going on. And I think they're doing it once again. Without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm going to get right into it, man. I done been on about 5, 6 Carnival Cruise trips. So I definitely know what to expect from this video.
Carnival Cruise said, not on my watch. We are not doing this no more. We've had enough. So if you haven't heard, recently Carnival Cruise has updated their policies, rules, and regulations on their current and future trips. So let's start off hot. That drinking package, the all you can drink, yeah, gonna get rid of that. Sneaking that liquor in that wine bottle or that Listerine bottle, yeah, cut that out because they checking anything and everything that's a liquid coming on board. They open it up, they make you open it on the spot. No more sneaking no more. No more all you can drinks. They getting tired of it. That little speaker that you was planning on bringing, yeah.
Now, when it comes to the drinks, I think one woman had made it bad for everybody. She like sued the Carnival Cruise line, or one of the cruises. She sued, and she was like, "Oh, they served me too much drinks," because I think she passed out or something with the day drinking pass. You know, not being responsible, watching her alcohol intake, and that of course made it bad for everybody because I guess her lawyers and the jury found out that Carnival, well, the cruise line should be held accountable for serving her too much alcohol that was, you know, past her limits that she should be able to intake. Now I don't know if that was a true story or not, but I can only imagine that. I think Cruise is going to have to pivot on, being a little bit more tighter on that type of thing. Now, as far as the sneaking liquor on and all this and Listerine, we used to bring liquor on the Carnival Cruise through them pouches. It's like little pouches that you could get, and you could just put a liquor in a pouch, and they just won't be able to detect that stuff. And we used to put it right in our suitcase, have a whole bunch of liquor on the board.
Don't. They taking any and every speaker that they find, they confiscating. You're gonna get it back after the cruise. But in the meantime, while you on there will be no outside music other than theirs. Playing rap in the club, it's out of there. They're not doing that no more, right? They said we causing too much problems. But honestly, I don't really think it's the rap music. I think it's the liquor and the rap music, because that handed, I've done all I needed to explain. Thinking you about to fight on that cruise ship and head back to your room like nothing happened? Yeah, pack it up. You're getting left at the next port, buddy, old pal. All right? They're not going for that no more. No more fighting. They leave you at any port. If you look suspicious, they might just leave you. Carnival.
Damn. Now, I ain't know they weren't playing no more rap on the cruise no more. That's crazy. Like, like you really really singling out a large portion of your audience when you do that, because we all know black Carnival Cruises, more catered to black people. But if they ain't about to be playing no rap in the club, once the word get out around that, people ain't gonna be messing with that no more. And I guess Carnival Cruise wanted like that. It's just too much, and I guess the staff, they just tired of dealing with all the fights and stuff. And when it comes to the Bluetooth speakers, I guess they just tired of people listening to their music just being disregarding anybody else, in the hallways or wherever they at, just playing their music so loud, not giving a damn about anybody next to them eating or whatever the case may be. It's almost like when you just on the bus and you just hearing that person right next to you conversation and they on speakerphone, like everybody want to hear that shit. So I guess those speakers, that's a thing of the past. They they ostracizing a large portion of those type of people, so we know who those type of people are going to be. So we already see where it's going. It's a pattern here.
Cruise starting to sound like TSA, because any laptops, electronics, liquids over 3 ounces, take it out of the bag. Don't bring on here. We taking it all. And when you get on this ship, sit down, shut up, and ride to your destination quietly. When we get there, get off. But when it's time to go, get back on and don't say Nathan. Don't ask for Nathan. In all seriousness, I get it. But at the same time, you got these people stuck on the ship. There ain't nothing to do. We're going to be at a destination in 2 days, and you expect me not to get blackout drunk? Right. There ain't nothing to do. So, Carnival, if you're going to do this, I get it. But at the same time, you got to give and take. Have a board of plain old people. Ask the people what they want. Okay, you can't just take and not give back. Because if y'all keep this up, y'all gonna be looking like the Titanic. That's right. Them sails gonna plummet to the bottom of the ocean, never to be seen again. Give and take. Give and take.
Yeah, man. When it comes to the sales might plummet because you ostracizing a large portion of your actual audience. You know, you got to understand your audience. Now, to me, I think what they should do is just implement more security. You know, because when I see a lot of these fights happening, the people who's breaking up the fights are just cabin cleaners and the regular workers. They ain't trying to sign up for that. You know, like they need to just have on board security and just have them on standby in all type of sections of the cruise ship. You know, is it going to be extra money? Yes, but at the end of the day, it'll be worth it. You know, have those security in the club. You know, have those security, on the decks. You know, now when stuff happen in rooms and stuff, then security got to get to them when they get to them. But just like out in the public, well, out in the midst of the general public that's on the ship, they need to have all security like on all decks, ready to break up any type of altercation, and a lot of these altercations all happen because people are drunk. A lot of these altercations are happening because a lot of Black people have pride and ego. A lot of these altercations are happening because a lot of youngsters are being on a cruise with their family, and youngsters, they don't give a damn about nothing. And I think they need to just, get better with security. Now, as far as, rap, them not playing rap in the club, that's crazy. Now, it depend on the type of rap song. Now, if you don't want to play, see murder, fuck them other niggas, you don't want to play that, then okay, cool, I get it. But if you ain't about to play at least the Boss Man D-Lo rap song, something that's just fun, that's just trending right now, that everybody want to just have a good time to, that's crazy. Yeah, so it's ways to combat this. For every issue they got, it's something they could do to minimize any type of thing going on. But yeah, man, because what's gonna happen is you ain't gonna get these Black customers no more. And I guess you could say, you could still make some money between the people who got it, and they could just have a good time and ain't got to worry about that specific group. But at the same time, you going way overboard. You getting too strict. People come to vacation to let loose, not be strict like they still at work. So I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Y'all agree with Carnival Cruise stance with these new policies, or y'all just think it's overkill? Let me know down in the comment section. Go ahead on and give me your experience of Carnival Cruise if y'all ever had a trip went on there. And on top of that, go ahead and hit the like button if you like the video, and if you're not subscribed, what you're waiting on. Until next time, I'm out.